Cause first of all, that's the Aries energy, bro. We very impulsive. We don't got no patience. So it's just like, no, we gonna talk about this right now, then we gonna fix. But it really don't work like that in reality. That's when the compromising start. Cause okay, like let's when we both come together and get on the same page. It took me a long time to even be like that. And sadly, when I'm single, I'm like that. Cause I'm not like that in a relationship. Well, in the past shit. So part of me growing, now I'm like that. Like, okay.
Darn, that's crazy because honestly with me, it took me a while. It took me to meet this person to be like, and get through something. And then now I'm like, okay, this person need 3 days. And I'm like, hold on, we got to compromise because 3 days is a long time.
Right. That's
24 hours.
Ooh.
48 hours.
Sitting here for about an hour.
We really have. Okay.
I done ate good, y'all. Okay, let's talk about it.
We're gonna start back over. Take 10. Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Indy, aka It's Goddess to You, and I'm back with another episode of Surface Level Conversations, where we take the deep conversations that you have behind closed doors and we bring them to the surface. I have my good sis, my friend, Kay, aka Intuitai. Or two, whatever you want to call her.
Whatever you want to call me, man. Y'all know I got plenty size, plenty personalities. But hey, we on the high vibrational one, so call me Intuitai.
Okay, Intuitai.
Yeah.
So today we gonna talk about survivors or being a survivor.
Right.
Cause we some survivors. I'm not gonna stop. What?
I don't know the words. I just know the beat.
Wow. Okay. Anywho, we finna go ahead and dive into this conversation because we are survivors. We're not victims, but we've had that victim mindset. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna talk to y'all about how it feels to be a survivor and not actually be in that victim mindset because that is toxic. Okay.
Toxic.
And low vibrational.
Very low, very low, very low. But hey, we jumped up out of that.
We did.
We jumped up out of it. We good.
Yeah, I'm proud of us. How does it feel to be a survivor, Kay?
It feel good, man. I feel like hard body made out of steel.
What?
Body made out of steel, man. It honestly feel good because I can talk about something not that many people experience or survive. It feel good.
You're right.
It definitely
I feel like that a lot of times people who do experience the things that we have experienced be stuck in that it happened to me.
Right.
Instead of it happened for me.
Right.
And they don't see the good in it. So I really want to dive deep on that, but bring it to the surface. We ain't gonna.
Let's bring it to the surface. Let's bring it to the surface.
We're gonna bring it to the surface. So let's talk about it. So I know you had a victim mindset like me too, right?
Right.
How did that go for you when you was in that victim mindset?
So when I was in the victim mindset, it was very traumatizing, like mentally draining. It was basically like a mental battle because half of your mind telling yourself you're a victim, and then the other half of your mind is trying to get out of that and not let you sit there. I remember like when I got shot, I had people telling me, you still here, that's all that matters. And then I had people on the other supportive end, it's okay to cry, it's okay to dwell on it, but don't sit there for too long. So for me, it was just a back and forth mental breakdown at first, like, cause I ain't cry till like after 2 weeks later, after I just sat there and really thought like, yo, I done got shot. Like just looking at my wounds every time I fucking got in the shower, I'm just like, oh fuck no. I'm just like, hell no, this shit finna piss me off. So it was a lot of anger. It was more anger, tears than it was, happiness. Because, stuff like that, whole case going on, you trying to figure out who did it, everybody else trying to figure out who did it. And then part of me was just like, man, fuck that shit. Like, I'm still here, so now what I'm gonna do next? So I just decided not to sit there no more, like, in that space.
And that's a good thing, because a lot of times when you sit in that space and you be like, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and they did this to me, and they did that to me, nothing good come out of that.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's like you're just sitting there, you're stagnant, you are continuously looking at everything that happened and just sitting in it. You're not able to get past it. You're not able to process nothing. You're not able to do anything. It's like low vibrational.
It's very low vibrational, and I hate when other people do that too. Like let's talk about how people will just call you and they always got some bad shit going on. Like that's the most draining shit.
Okay, so you want to go there? You see, this is the thing. See, we were supposed to start off. So she done went and crashed. Okay, we done crashed. So yes, that is true. So we both have been through that situation. Right. So I get it because at one point in time I had that victim mindset where I was like, this person did this to me and this person did this to me, and I had nothing to do with it. All this type of stuff. Yeah. When in reality, a lot of things I allowed to happen to me.
Right.
I allowed myself to be in a certain position. I allowed someone to have that much power over me. I allowed someone to take control of me in my life. I allowed someone to take me away from my family and my friends. I allowed a lot of stuff.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of times where now I look at it, because I can say when I was in that victim mindset, and even when I found myself maybe talking the aftermath of it and talking about it as a victim, I feel like that when I was going through it, I didn't call people. So when people called me about the same thing, over and over again,
how was that?
It's like, I'm gonna help you heal, and I'm gonna give you these tools, and then when you don't use these tools, it's like,
cause now you done hit me about one situation. I done gave you advice at least 3-4 times. Now, hey, after that, if you keep coming to me about the same thing, at that point, you don't want to change. You don't want to change.
You don't want to get yourself out of it. So it's no longer, you're allowing this to happen. You are allowing this in your space. You have full control over this realm that you're in. You have full control over your situation, your body, your whatever you allow in your bubble. And it's like, okay, I get it. When you're in it, you don't see it. But then when you're sitting here pouring that energy on someone else, it's like, yo, like, come on.
It's draining.
It is. I know I lost a friend because I couldn't take it.
And like people like us, we have healing spirits, so we often attract those. I mean, we're meant to help others. Don't get it twisted, but you got to respect our boundaries. Like you really have to respect our boundaries. Like if we don't talk to you, don't take it personal. We taking up so much energy, yo. Like energy is real, bro. Oh my God.
Yes, and that's true. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that when it do come to boundaries. And I can't lie, like I didn't understand boundaries until about 1.5 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as I started realizing, like, darn, everyone got boundaries, including me, I started to respect other people's boundaries. And one thing about boundaries is if you don't clearly state your boundaries, you can't expect someone to read your mind and know what your boundaries is.
Right.
So I want to put that out there. So one thing with me is once I started learning about boundaries, I clearly state my boundaries. And they don't get respected.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. And then 9 times out of 10, it don't get respected from the people who don't even have boundaries themselves.
Because they still in that victim mindset. Mm-hmm. They still in that low vibration. They don't really love themselves. And people hate when you tell them they don't love themselves.
Right. They try to fight it, but it's really nothing that you can fight. Like, honestly, somebody told me that back then, I probably would have got mad too. But nowadays, I can finally admit, no, I didn't love myself at them times.
Thank you. And I'm the same way, because at them times when things was happening, that I was allowing to happen, some things I didn't have no control over. Let's not get it twisted now, okay? Some things I didn't have no control over, but I, like, once something happened and I kept on putting myself in these positions. So it was like, darn, you don't love yourself. Right. Because when you love yourself, you won't interact with certain people. You won't date certain people. Mm-hmm. You won't allow certain things to happen. You have boundaries. You have times where you are just alone and filling your cup up. You're consistently working on self. You know, you're loving on self so you can learn how to love other people. Right. And it's times where people, them victims, they don't love themselves.
And definitely, like, when it comes to love, people don't really understand what love is. People don't understand.
They understand ego.
Yeah, like, they might think love is this one certain thing, but love is many things. It's many different relationships. It's many different ways to love. And I think people so used to, like, the relationship love or what they think that it look like, or they might see something. Social media have a big influence. So they might see something on social media, see how another couple is, and, oh, I want to be like them. But you really can't be like them.
And though. A lot of times where people don't understand also what you see on social media is not real. A lot of people will not post their downtimes. Yeah,
they always post the highs.
The highs and what looks good to you. And don't ever post the downtimes. And that be harsh. Like, you know, a lot of times, you're right, people don't know what love is. People that get in a relationship, they think love is supposed to be pretty all the time. And they think that love is supposed to have some type of control over somebody. Love is actually loving someone for who they are.
Right. So if you trying to change your person to fit them how you want them to be, that's not love.
That's control.
You supposed to, in love, if you really love somebody, you would love them through all their flaws, good or bad. They'll still be the perfect one for you. So if you sitting here trying to paint the picture of them on how you want them to be, that's just not even gonna work.
Yeah, and I agree with that 1,000%. A lot of times people want to sit here and they want perfect. And what people don't understand is perfect don't exist. What's perfect is you both working on having your own individual, working on, like, this is my focus, this is what I'm working on, these are my goals, but then also having something together as well. Right. So you have to know that it's okay for your person to be working on themselves, and it's okay for them to have them triggers, because when you're in a relationship, that's what relationships is really for. It's a mirror. Like, you're gonna get triggered. Right. You're gonna see the shadow self of you. You're going to see different things. You're going to be put in positions where it's tested to see if you really healed. And people don't understand that.
And I feel like let's just say, you know, we got to age different. My generation is different from your generation. We are terrible. Not gonna lie.
My generation is terrible too, baby.
You think it's worse than mine?
So y'all's generation is not great, but I feel like that my generation, the way that it is, it's like terrible. You have people who are chasing after something that's not real. Right. People don't respect relationships no more. People don't respect the fact. People think that, oh my God, you got this flaw and you triggered me, I'm done. You got people who give up on things so easily. You got people who don't want to work on nothing. You got people that want things to go their way. You got people just easily tempted by different things. Like, they see something that look good, they see something that talk good, they see something that they feel may fit them, and then it don't. And you like, darn, I could have had this person. Or you're just easily tempted, and everybody wants 15 people. Everybody wants to be polygamous. It's like, it's sick out here, to be honest.
Yeah, and it is. And I think that plays a part with the things that we see, because I know, like, for me, like I mentioned in my song, I didn't get unconditional love from my parents, and that's who I'm, like, growing up to, and that's who I'm taught by on how to do things. So when I'm older in this age, ready to go explore love, I'm only moving off of what
they taught you.
What they taught wasn't right. Like, it's like a generational thing, unless you really have somebody in your life to really tell you right from wrong. But shit, I didn't. So it was a lot of times where I was just like, man, like, this is love. Like, I'll try to go look for that fulfillment in females that I really needed to, like, you know, get from my mom. So that stuff is a big thing. And then you got some, you know, men and women who grew up right, who had that parent, and, you know, so it's really a difference. But when you get an opposite, like, say me grew up how I grew up, and then I run into a female that was really raised right, it's gonna, like, clash, cause she gonna know what she talking about, and then I'm gonna be moving off this. So now how can we come together?
Yeah, and that's something that I deal with because honestly, I didn't like my mom and my dad. They were separated. My grandparents raised me. Don't get me wrong. I did see my dad. I did see my mom, but they weren't perfect parents.
Right.
But my grandparents raised me, so I was raised in a 2-parent household.
Right.
And I was raised old school, so that's why I think the way that I think, because I don't give up easy on someone I love. I understand that there's going to be hard times. I understand that there's going to be flaws. I understand that there is temptation, but I'm not easily tempted.
Right.
I can see somebody who got $1 million that look good as hell, and I'm still going to love who I have.
Right.
Because that's who I want to build with. That's who I'm growing with and things like that. So it's a difference for me. So when I come in contact with people and they don't love how I love, or they don't understand different things, it's hard. It's like, the hell is going on? This, oh no, I don't want to. God, is this a curse?
See, like, I commend you because I never knew, like, in my relationships, I really never made it that far to say, like, dang, we really went through something, but we made it up out of that though. Cause when it got bad, I ain't finna deal with this. Like, I'm one of the ones that don't know what it feel like to stay and forgive. And that's something that you gotta learn in relationships is forgiveness. Like, in life, period. But relationships, especially because nobody perfect. You just gonna have to choose that person to really go through hell and back with. Not saying put up with bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. But just to stick things out with. And I just haven't found my person yet. Like, I haven't found my balance and my equal yet.
See, and let me speak on that. So it's not hard. It's hard. Don't get it twisted. But I feel like that forgiveness is something that's big. When you forgive, people got to understand. When you forgive someone, you can't keep on bringing it up. But also, when you forgive someone, that person can't keep on making the same darn mistake, because I'm gonna forgive you for a mistake, but if you do it again,
then it's not a mistake.
That's a choice. And you got me messed up.
And that is I promise you, like, I'm going to be honest, that is my problem. Because I done said that I done forgave a motherfucker. And then when some shit happened again, I'm bringing the same shit up. And then they like, I thought we was over this, though. Like, we done already talked about this. Like, I thought this was good. So that's an issue that I had letting go of the past and not holding grudges. Like, that has been very hard for me. Like, that's really one of my issues, for real. But I'm learning.
Because when you forgive for yourself, too. Because holding in that energy, we are in and out beings. I done said this 15,000 times. So what goes in must come out.
Right.
When you eat something, you must shit it out.
Right.
When you drink something, you must pee it out. At this point, we're in and out beings.
Right.
So when something happens to you that causes you some pain, there go the healing process starting over. That's why I told you last time before, healing is a journey. It's not a destination. It's going to keep on happening. But needless to say, when that happens, you have to be able to forgive and let it out. So when you let it out, that's you talking to the person about it. That's you telling them how you felt about it. That's you getting over it. That person understanding, y'all having that communication. It's out of your system. Don't hold it in no more. At this point, all right, we passed that. Now, if you do something, I understand, like, if it's a trigger, like, oh, boom, that's a trigger for me.
Right.
What you got going on? Because I done seen this before. Okay, this is a trigger. We're not going to talk about what happened in the past. We're going to talk about presently. So presently, you're doing this. I'm not like, there's something ain't right. What you got going on? Let's talk about this again. And it's like when you find yourself repeating the same conversation for different situations that you have forgiven for the same thing. It's like different situations, but it's the same darn thing.
Right.
Then it's like, all right, baby, you don't respect me, so I'm going to have to let this go.
Right. And that's when, like, having the power to walk away, because it's also people who would still stay in some shit knowing that the shit not right but don't know how to walk away.
That's when it becomes the victim and the victor.
Right.
So the victim is going to stay. The victim is going to keep on telling their friends and family, this person is doing this every time it happens.
Right.
And I can honestly say I've heard myself say something, but it be different stuff. And I'll be like, God darn it, this shit. Like,
man.
Why? But it's like when it's the same thing over and over, now you got to look at it like, okay, so are you a victim or are you a victor? Because a victor is going to have that power to be like, you know what, I love you, but you keep on doing the same thing over and over. So different scenarios, I got to go.
Like, you can't. And I feel like for me, I feel like my last little situation, I walked away.
Hold
like,
on. I'm sorry, Kay, because y'all. Okay, if y'all don't know, me and Kay, we're really close, and we have a great business relationship. Sometimes we have conversations outside of business because she's become like my little sister.
Brother, no.
Yeah, little brother, whatever she want to be called at this point. So,
but
you say situation. Are you saying like most recent? Or are you saying like a few months ago?
Hold up. Shit, I had a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Okay. I'm talking about a couple months ago because these little motherfuckers don't count.
Okay.
These don't count
Not
towards
these.
nothing.
Hold on.
Serious. Before, okay, let's go back.
Okay.
February, April. Goddamn it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, now we on the same page.
Okay,
now
we on the same.
we ain't counting summer.
I tried not to put so much out there, but
Look, I don't look.
you said these.
I'm single.
Oh my God.
I'm single, but I'm speaking on, my little real situation, dating ship, whatever the fuck y'all wanted to call that shit, okay? And y'all know, the motherfuckers that's gonna be watching, y'all motherfucking know. But I feel like, no shade towards this person, but I just had to move around because it's a point, let's just talk about, wait, take a sip on that. Shot o'clock. Damn. Woo.
Y'all, when I make drinks, they be a little.
But not a little, a lot.
No, they be a little.
But
Don't listen to her.
so I feel like my last little situation, it's like no matter how much you can like really love somebody, if that person does not change, first of all, project their own problems onto you
Projection
and what they
real.
doing. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a big thing for me. Like, I ain't never been motherfucking verbally abused by any female before. And that don't feel good. And I ain't never been, like, abused physically, but, verbally, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
I'm going to tell you something about verbal, emotional
Yes,
abuse
like, oh,
versus-
my God.
So I've been in every single situation. And no, I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm a victor. But I've been in every situation, and trust me, emotional abuse is way worse than
verbal and physical.
Verbal is really talking to your emotions as well as speaking to your spirit. So again, emotional and verbal is way worse than physical because you can heal from physical. Physical, it's still bad. Don't get it twisted. Make sure y'all hit me up too if you've been in some physical situations because I'm gonna help y'all through it. And y'all better get it while it's free because I'm thinking about being a healing coach because some of y'all
for real
healing. But anywho, that's outside of the thing. It's really because it tears you down.
Right.
And what happens is a lot of times when you're in an abusive relationship, they start off verbally and mentally and emotionally because they need to be able to, they love bomb to make you trust them and give into them. They make you feel like they're perfect for you and no one else is really good for you. And they start to tear you down piece by piece. So when they start to put their hands on you, you're scared to go to other people. You're scared to walk away. It's a lot. It's like a way. It's a mechanism that they do it. So a lot of times people be like, sorry, I can never see myself in that situation. I would never. It's like, I could walk away. It kind of gets to me sometimes when people say that, and I'm trying not to be in that situation where it's like, hey, become defensive because it's like, you don't understand what the process is. So you can't say like, you wouldn't stay this long. Because when I tell people I was with someone for 8 years, you got to understand it didn't happen all 8 years. 3 of them years was amazing. 3 of them years was... And then one day, it was like... And I was like,
like, caught you off guard. Like, what the fuck?
Hold the hell up. Like, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? So, it was built up to that. You know what I'm saying? So then in 3 years, you in love with someone. You not in the way that I was raised. I don't walk away. I done told you that. I don't walk away easily. I can't walk away from someone
you see
I
the
love.
best.
Yeah.
You try to see the best in that person.
Try to fix them. And I'm a healer. So at that time, I didn't know I was a healer, so I was more empathetic. So I was taking on so much.
Right.
And absorbing things versus giving them back the healing that they need.
Right. So you just took it in and then it took over you without letting it back out.
Yes.
Woo.
It was a lot. That's why I tried to kill myself twice. You know what I'm saying? So people was like, but we'll talk about that more on your show. But people don't understand, like, dog, you gotta understand, like, this stuff be real, and it's hard to walk away when you're in those situations. When you're a victim. But when you're a victor, you like, oh, okay.
Right.
You may not want to do that. Hey, you may want to walk away. Where else got to go? Maybe it's me. Okay?
Man. And then when you recognize you with a person that's not going to walk away, you kind of be, like, you got to be the one that's, nah, like, this ain't working for me. Because they, like, mind you, they already hurting. So them keeping themselves in a situation, it's not gonna hurt them. Like, it's not gonna affect them. But it's gonna affect you if you know better and you stay and you in the right mind. So somebody got to be a strong person.
Yeah.
And I feel like that person in particularly feel like they left me. But guess what? You mentally gone first, then physically gone. Yeah. So I was already mentally gone before I physically left. So by the time I physically left, motherfucker like, oh, I left you. No, you didn't. I've been gone mentally. It take a lot for me to walk away physically because I'm like, damn, maybe like we can be cool. You know, like maybe this can work. But like sometimes that hurt too. Like you got to get away from that shit. Sometimes you can't even be friends after it done got that intense.
I don't know. And that's why when it gets that intense, you got to figure out what's more healthy. You don't even let it get to that point. And I can tell you right now, like, I don't hide that I love a person. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know, like, I probably don't say who the person is, but I really feel some type of way about that too, because society ain't gonna. I feel like love can't nothing break up love. I can post whatever and whoever, and if we are really like that, can't nothing. Especially with me, I'm telling the truth about everything, baby. Mess with that person, talk to them, but we don't. That's a, you know what I'm saying? That's. You know, I really don't want to claim that, but just in case something come up, it's like, you know. But it's like, you can't tell somebody that I'm with, anything about me, because they know it already. And then the way I carry myself is the difference. But let me keep going. I just had to say that, but because I carry myself in a totally different way. Can't nobody ever be like, yeah, you mess with her. I was just talking to her a week ago. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. But anywho, don't play with me. Play with your kids. But I'm childish. Where was I going with this? Because, see, we play too much. This is a conversation.
Surface level.
So, when I say that, I say this. If you feel like you can't work it out, you can't talk it out, because that's where communication comes into place. Right. When y'all can communicate and you start to see a change and that person is really trying to change and y'all have that bond and that person is bringing so much value and that happiness outweigh them little bitty moments. Right. Then it's like, okay, I can deal with this. I can stay here. This is my person. This is the perfect person for me. You're not perfect, but you're perfect for me. And we can grow through this together. And I can hold your hand and you can hold my hand as we walk on our own individual journey. Until they start pulling you down. Yeah, now when it starts to pull you down and there's no value and that person ain't even trying to work on themselves and that person is, you know, things don't happen overnight. So let's put that way. Like when change don't happen overnight. Right. But when it's continuously something and it's the same thing over shit. And over and over, and then it starts to bleed off into our relationship as well, and it's a third party. Oh, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. And I feel like one problem I had in the past, okay, say you talking, you communicating with your person on what bothers you, and then it turns into a fucking problem. Like, how is me telling you how I feel about something? Oof. How am I telling you how I feel about something, and you turn it into this big ass argument when it didn't even have to be that? Like, when proper communication about how you feel turns into a fucking argument. Yeah, like that hot-headed Aries shit start to pop out.
because you overreacting when I'm just communicating to you how I feel. Like when you communicate with somebody, when anybody's sharing their feelings, it shouldn't start an argument. As somebody like sharing their feelings.
It shouldn't. And that's one thing that I have experienced, that I get where you're coming from. So it makes you, so when you get a reaction based off of your reaction to someone else's actions and you just want to be like, hey, this made me feel this type of way.
Like, this bothered me.
This bothered me. And then it's a negative reaction, or that person kind of, shuts off, or that person becomes aggressive or angry, or that person does something, then it makes you be like, well, I don't want to call. Well, me personally, I'm non-combative, so I don't want to cause no problem. And if I love somebody, I don't want to go a long time without talking to a person. I don't want to do that. So it's like, well, damn, I got to keep this to myself, though it making me feel some type of way, or it's something that's happening. I really want to get this off my chest. And
then bottling it up. Yeah, bottling it up is even worse, but you can't even come to the person. So then they make you confide in friends, friends that you trust. And you got to make sure you have the right friends, because them other ones, they ain't straight.
them other ones praying on your downfall, like, please let these two break up. I miss us going out all the time. It be certain stuff. So I get what you're saying, and that's the truth, because it's like, okay, darn, I can't talk to this person. Well, let me talk to this person. Or let me talk to this person. Or let me see, did I do something wrong? Or
right, because sometimes you do need other people's input. Like, Indy, how many times I called you about something, and because you're going to have them friends that's going to keep it all the way 100, and it's not a yes man, and then you have them yes mans. But lately, I've been needing the one, Kay, you was wrong. This is that. Yeah. You're like, now, Kay, like, when you say that, yeah, I know I done fucked up. Sometimes you just need to hear, to hear it from, sometimes you always need that one friend that you can confide in for real. If you can't come talk to your person, but then that's when the disconnect with your person starts.
Yeah, and it does. And it's like, darn, I don't want this disconnection. And one thing about not being able to talk about it, what happens is, even though you talk to other people, you still need your person to be able to talk to you, and so y'all can get over it. So what happens is you start sweeping stuff up underneath a rug. And y'all know, if you sweep so much dust up underneath the rug, people walking in, people walking out. You step on that rug and it explodes, and then boom, here is aggression.
All the shit motherfuckers been wanting to say.
It just come out the wrong way.
And that's when damage starts to be done.
Yeah, and that's the bad part. So you right. It starts with communication, and being like love. Right. Love is communication as well, which people don't understand. Love is also compromise, and what happens is, a lot of times people communicate differently. Right. People may have this type of communication and be used to this type, and this is what they are more prone to, or what do you call it? Respond better to. Yeah. And then you have, you may respond a different way to different communication. That's when you start understanding. That's when you compromise. Like, okay, babe, you know what? I get it. You don't respond well to this. So when I'm talking to you, let me try to change it up a little bit.
Right. Or when you run into a person like me, I'm a person that got to say what I feel right then and there. I can't.
So you got that anxious attachment style like me.
Yeah, I got to say something right then and there. But then I might be fucking with a motherfucker that got to take a couple days, process some shit.
Avoidance.
No, like, for real, like, they gotta take a couple days, and they might not respond how I felt like I needed them to respond, but that was my expectations, though. I can't expect that. I can't expect them to be like me and ready to talk about the problem right then and there, because not everybody gonna do that.
Yeah, and that's, so, you know what, it's funny because my person has an avoidance attachment style. So it's funny when you say that, because my person has an avoidance attachment style, and I have an anxious attachment style. So look at you finna go to sleep off them burgers. But my anxious attachment style is like, it's a clashing thing, because it's like, I want to talk about it now. I want to fix it right now. I want to talk about it. We're going to grow through this. I'm going to work on me, but we got to get this out. And then this person like, well, I need to sit on it. I need to process this. I need to, and I'm like, yo,
And I guess I just, cause first of all, that's the Aries energy, bro. We very impulsive. We don't got no patience. So it's just like, no, we gonna talk about this right now, then we gonna fix. But it really don't work like that in reality. That's when the compromising start. Cause okay, like let's when we both come together and get on the same page. It took me a long time to even be like that. And sadly, when I'm single, I'm like that. Cause I'm not like that in a relationship. Well, in the past shit. So part of me growing, now I'm like that. Like, okay.
Darn, that's crazy because honestly with me, it took me a while. It took me to meet this person to be like, and get through some things. And then now I'm like, okay, this person need 3 days. And I'm like, hold on, we got to compromise because 3 days is a long time.
Right. That's
24 hours,
Ooh.
48 hours to talk about it. Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, I miss you though. Like, what we doing here? Can we talk about this so we can get past this and get over this hump? So it's definitely comes with compromise. And so I feel like when it do come to that type of situation, because you have an attachment, and you know you may come encounter with the avoidance, which is like yin and yang.
Right.
Y'all balance each other. That's when the balance comes. So in order for y'all to balance each other, it's called compromising. So, okay, I have this type and you have this type. You need 3 days. I need now. So let's make it a day and a half.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's cut it in half. Let's compromise there. That's when it becomes healthy. And that's when you're able to, you know, basically compromise and keep it moving. Right.
And I feel like, so what do you do in a situation when a person is not willing?
So when a person is not willing, that's not love. Because let's say, for instance, if a person is not willing to sit here and compromise with you, and you're willing to compromise with them,
right?
Then that's being selfish,
right?
And it's okay to be selfish in certain situations, but when you're actually building something with someone, you can't be selfish with that person. That person isn't trying to change you, because a lot of times people be like, well, you just trying to change me. It's not changing you, because I'm compromising as well. This is more so compromising. I love you for who you are, but I need you to meet me as well at this level. I'm not telling you to change. I'm not telling you to change for the bad either.
Right.
I'm telling you, let's change the way that we are communicating when we have these issues.
Right.
And this is called compromising. And this is going to make it better for you as well, because in a relationship, it's not the only time you have a bad issue. You can have it at a job. You can have it as an entrepreneur. So what you going to do? Not talk to, people you trying to start business with for 3 days? No. Start compromising and start getting in the groove of, okay, boom, I can do it here. And even with the anxious attachment style, it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe we do need to sit on this so I can communicate better. So a day and a half is good for you as well. So it's all compromising. It's not changing for the worse. It's changing for the better. And it's not changing who you are. It's changing how you communicate. And if they don't understand that, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's facts. So compromising, communication, but what about comprehension?
So communication and comprehension is the same thing. So you have to listen, be able to be a great listener. Because
most people think that they're listening, but they're really not.
They're responding.
Yeah.
They're listening to respond instead of to understand. Comprehension is understanding something. So you're listening to respond versus understanding. So when someone is saying something and you find yourself talking over them, you're not understanding anything. You're not trying to hear nothing they're saying. You're listening to respond to how you think they're coming off. So when it comes to communication, again, and understanding is when you start having to ask questions. Okay, honey, so you're saying it this way, and this is how I'm hearing it. Is this correct? Oh, no, that's not how I'm saying it. I apologize if you're feeling it this way. This is how I'm saying it. Okay, so you're saying it this way. No, you still a little off. This is how I'm saying it. And that's when it starts to be like, boom. And that's when you get an understanding and comprehension.
Okay. Yeah, I got to make sure, like, people know that. Because sometimes I really just learned how to listen for real. But sometimes we might be having a conversation and you really not listening to what that person's saying. You sitting here trying to get your point out.
Impeccable listening. Oh, and it's hard. Let me tell you something, because I done had to sit through some stuff, and I done heard something, and then when I try to say something, that person talking to me, I'm like, impeccable? Okay. All right, so then it just keep going, and at that point, because this happened this ain't even, it's a friendship. You know, friendships are relationships too. So a friendship, the girl, I try to call and talk. Because I'm the type of friend, you know, if I have a problem,
Right.
I'm going to call you and be like, hey.
Right.
Hey, what you doing? You good? Oh, okay. Your day been good? Like, hey, let's have a conversation about something. I feel
right.
Well, you feeling good? How you feel about me? So when I do
right.
that and then you start getting loud and talking over me and then I try to say something and then you still responding and not even understand where I'm coming from, because I'm always coming from a genuine place. If you know me, you know I'm genuine. You know I'm filled with love. You know, like if I call you my friend, I love you. So I'm not, like I value our friendship. So when it's that, then I'm like, you know, it's fuck it. You got it. You don't even worry about it. It's over with. You got that. Because I can't do it.
Right.
That's disrespectful.
It is. That's when it started to become disrespect. I hate all the hostile. Like, chill. Like, if I'm coming to you calm and you, man, that's finna just piss me off. Don't even worry about it. Because at that point, don't even worry about it.
Woo, and that was me with the friendship that recently ended. And that was like my sister. I love this person. I don't have really much bad to say besides, like, you know, just heal properly. But outside of that, it's like, darn, like, buddy, you didn't have to lie to me. You didn't have to go on the internet about me. You didn't have to do all of this stuff.
Once that shit get to the internet, then it's
a wrap. Once it's at the internet, it's like, we could have talked about this.
Right.
You know
a lot of things can be fixed with proper communication and a conversation and honesty, bro. Like,
but when you start, you call me out my name on the internet, it's like, and then I ask you, and then you get loud. Oh, buddy, it's okay. We ain't even got to talk about it no more. You got that.
Go on, get them out the way, because at that point, they going to keep doing the shit.
Out of here.
Out of here. Man, I unfollow, block, all that quick as hell. Like, boy, I don't need.
To protect my peace, I'm going to be the villain in your story, baby. Yep, you right. I'm a villain. I'm a villain. And that's when you become a victor, not a victim.
Exactly.
It didn't happen to me. It happened before me, baby.
Yeah. Sometimes God remove people out your life so you can become a better version of you. Because let's just think about the timeline for me right quick. In my last little situationship.
Yeah.
You met me as this person. I would say that I was low vibrational.
Oof.
I would say that.
I mean, I don't agree.
Let's sip to that, because listen. Low vibrational. Doing my little music thing or whatnot. Got into the little situationship. But then, after I left that, look what I became.
You became great. And let me tell you, when I met you, you know, I heard things, and then I met you for myself, and then we ended up clicking. Right. And we ended up being great. And then in the situationship, it was like, and you know, even me warning about the situation, it was like, darn, y'all went against the grain on me, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was like, just, what's one thing I said? Don't put me in nothing. That's what I said.
Like, listen to what you just said. You said when you met me, you heard some things about me, but you had to see for yourself. Yeah. So when you were telling me about something, I had to see for myself. And, you know.
And that was the thing. It was like, hey, I don't know, you know. I know this person, blah, blah. It's like, darn, okay.
Yeah.
But you see, and then it was times where I would see it, and it was like, darn, this is messing up.
Right.
What we had going on.
Right. And then a toxic motherfucker get in your ear. So motherfucking good and bad. Like, good at manipulating. You feel me? Y'all air signs, y'all ain't right. But y'all manipulative as fuck. But
can tell a person a dream real quick.
Man, quick as hell. And my goofy ass fell for it. My dumb ass not loving myself. But hey, boy, it ain't got shit on me now. A motherfucker can never spin the block on me. Like, a motherfucker can't even text me tomorrow. No. You down there.
I'm up here.
I
got the eagles where you got the snakes.
Yeah, so it just take you to really go through some situations. But I feel like I needed that situation to get
to where you are now.
Yeah, to climb up on that ladder, though. Because I did, like I said, I feel like I left and I was finally okay with not having someone. So that made me face my inner child. Like, okay, I'm ready. I'm tired of the same patterns and going through the same patterns in relationships with these females. Something not working, so I need to fix something within myself. Because as long as I keep being in this mindset, If not healing, I'm going to keep attracting that. So that was my stepping stone. Like, okay, let me heal my inner child. Now I feel like, bro, I'm such a
victim. I mean, no, victor.
Yeah,
so you had the victim mindset.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy with a victim mindset, you're attracting all low vibrational things. Low vibrational people, your relationship is gonna be low vibrational, your business is gonna be low vibrational, everything that all your endeavors, everything that you try to create is going to be low vibrational. I don't care how much money and how much clout you get, it's going to go away and it's going to go down the drain.
Exactly.
Until you get to that victor mindset. And that's true. I feel like that even with that situation, I feel like that it allowed me to grow as well as a person, because it was like I didn't see certain things. And you know, even though I did warrant, it's still like, no, that's my baby. That's my sister. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see certain things, and it helped me to move away from it and get on a better path. I'm not saying, like, again, this person is not a bad person. Love this person with everything in me. Wouldn't want nothing bad. I want this person to grow and heal. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, darn, I got to get away from that. So now I got a smaller circle, but my circle is better. My circle is more spiritual. My circle is more business focused. My circle is more about growth. My circle is more about me being, like, genuinely clapping for me.
Right.
For me and my relationship. Like, oh, I want you to get married, baby. Like, I'm ready to be in a bridesmaid outfit or a suit.
And you see how like how our relationship was rocky in that situation, and we was able to have an honest conversation and move forward. Yeah. That's how it should have been for all parties involved.
It should have been, because when I asked the question, it's like, tell the truth. And you was like, yeah, bitch. Like, I was mad at that. I was in that conversation on you. And it was like, damn, hey, can we have it? So, but it was still like, we done got past it, and now our situation is better. I feel like a lot of times, because you asked me, like, why did I feel like I was placed in your life?
Right. Yeah. Oh,
maybe
we
I
ain't never
should
speak
keep
on
that
that
to myself. Or should I talk about it?
No, you should. We on surface level conversations.
Okay. So when I talked to Kay, I told her that I feel like that I was placed in her life because there is things that I have won, battles that I have won that she's still going through. She's also helped me in different ways of growing as well. But when I first met her, I seen things that she didn't see. Let's just be honest. Seen people using her in different ways. I seen people who were like, I felt like, darn, you a get over, sis. Like, people can get over you.
Right.
And then she was a chameleon. And what I mean by that is she was able, like, she would stop being who she truly was in order to fit into certain things. And I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I felt like that was why I was placed in her life. I feel like she was placed in my life to basically show me some stuff too. Even down to maybe who I had around me. Even down to noticing different things about myself as well and how I handle certain things. And then even down to, like, the business. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was doing events and things, but she really put me on. And then I was doing my podcasting, but she allowed me to meet other people. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of different things as to why I felt like, you know.
Yeah, because y'all, like, first of all, before I started my podcast, mind you, when we started our podcast at the studio, that was her coming in like, let's partner, let's do it, and I'm all for it. And she always said, if you ever needed help with your podcast, think about doing one, I'll help you. I wasn't thinking about it at the time. That was in like January. Now fast forward, Talks for Two came about. First person that I'm finna hit up, because India, so many responses and reviews on India as far as being professional, knowing how to carry a conversation. So I'm always gas India up for this stuff. Like, you got to be around people that you can learn from, or that's already where you trying to be. Like me, I wish I knew how to carry a fucking conversation without having my pencil and my motherfucking notes right here with my questions. Because as you can see, we ain't really got no notes. She freestyle off of the shit. And I kind of just, yeah. So she got that already put in her. But sooner or later, like, just sitting right here with her, I'm gonna know how to do it, and I'm gonna get better.
I think it's a lot of people that I see, everybody be like, why don't you got notes? But I don't do well with notes. If y'all have ever interviewed with me, y'all know darn well my interviews be dope, and I ain't got
and
no
she got
notes.
the energy. Like, she definitely got the energy. Like, if you having a bad motherfucking day, here come India, finna uplift you real fucking quick. And she don't play no shit. Cause just think about it now. When you see me, all the people I had around, where they at, they can't fit with me. So they still in the same place. But I done rose above. Not to say I'm better than nobody. They just ain't got there yet. But I'm rose above, and they don't understand. Like, she was with me in this. I mean, I'd say it's still a transition period. Now I got down where I belong, my impact, where I need to be, who I need to be around. But in that transition period between trying to be this and that, my true self and the self that I didn't need to fucking be and was trying to come out of, she was there during that shit. And that was just like crazy. I'm just like, damn, like, I'm right here where I need to be. It's all, it's all, it ain't lonely. We like victors. And if it is, it's good. It's a good lonely. God damn it. Because I'd rather be sitting right here than anywhere else doing bullshit that don't even align with me.
I felt like I taught you how to be a victor of your war that you was battling. A lot of your wars. And I feel like a lot of people don't see that in me. Like, because I'm a real person. Like, if y'all meet me, don't ask me no question. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know how to lie. So, and if you take it the wrong way, I'm not telling you the truth to hurt you. I'm telling you the truth to help you grow.
Right.
And I feel like that was one thing that she needed in her life, too, was somebody who was real. A lot of people need a me. But it's rare to find a me.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like you was blessed to have me. No, just
hey, everybody come in and be a blessing and a lesson. Everybody come in and be a blessing and a lesson, boy. Like, no cap. Man, we here now.
We here. We are victors. We not victims. And I feel like
that's what you should title it. Victors. We are not victors. Not victims. I feel like. Yeah.
And I feel like with that as a closing, because we done talked.
Definitely.
It done went a little longer than my normal, my bad, but y'all gonna enjoy this.
Exactly.
I feel like that we have been through a lot. She has been through a lot, and she talks about a lot on her show, Talks with Two. So I need y'all to make sure that y'all tap in. She's on Instagram, Talks with Two. She's in Intuitai. You're gonna have to spell that for them. But her episodes is dope, and I will be on one of them. She talked me into coming on.
Yay!
So I will be on one, but y'all make sure y'all tap in with her because she's been through more than just a gunshot wound.
Right.
And she can relate to a lot of things that y'all will be able to relate to. So yeah, we are victors, not victims, and we hope that y'all, off of this conversation, I know it's everywhere, but y'all know surface level conversations, it's just freestyling because we're really having a conversation.
Right.
So hopefully y'all can learn how to be victors. Make sure y'all do like, share, comment, ask us some questions. We may even go live. If y'all ask questions, we'll go live and answer y'all questions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So have a conversation with us because that's what we want y'all to do.
Definitely, and I appreciate India for having me on Surface Level Conversations. Stay tuned. She's going to be on Talks with Two. Instagram, INTUTAI 1414 on the clock. So y'all make sure y'all follow. You feel me? A whole star seed was born at 1414.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in to Surface Level Conversations, man.
Thank you. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all turn on them notifications. If y'all do share, make sure y'all tag Surface Level Conversations. I am on IG. Okay, so tag me so I can get my little recognition. Y'all can get y'all likes, views, whatever y'all want, but tag me if y'all gonna take some clips, okay? Thank you. Make sure y'all do that. Peace, love, and light, and I hope y'all have a good day.
See ya.